But why is it so impossible that he goes with her and lives with her in the palace of her father? Why not? Why is it? Because
No,
because he is Oriental. It's not Occidental.
No, I mean, somehow always, I don't understand. I mean, just for me, I mean, he's living in a very simple hut there in the forest, and she has a palace. She could invite him. Come, you live with me. You live in my father's palace together. Why not?
No, basically, that is different story.
Different story.
No, basically, here what she says is, no, well, this is my place. I like it. This is your house. So I had to be a part of your house.
But why can he not be part of
He won't go. She has to come.
Why?
I can say only because of the culture. I mean, this story was written by Oriental people. In the Orient, the woman followed the man. It's never happened that the man followed the woman. And I think that
now in our modern times it could be.
it's not modern, this thing. It's not modern. It's very old, this story.
No, that apart, see, basically, now what it means is, essentially, when the union takes place, the complete surrender is made by the girl. She makes the complete surrender. Complete. I am yours. And it is through the surrender, then she exercises her power. First, she's no. He doesn't surrender. See, we are already saying Savitri goes and bows down at his feet and all that. This boy doesn't go and touch her feet.
Now it's different.
Now we shake hands, you see. No. Yeah.
But I mean, despite the cultural thing, I mean, he invites her for a life of, not luxury, no comfort. There is nothing.
Basically,
he's hunting something in the palace. He would have a much.
Yeah, but basically,
life. It would be better for him to go to her. Think about it.
Basically, the psychological principle is, it is the will of the Supreme which the executive force accepts. The will of the Supreme which the executive force accepts. It is he who wills and she executes. She executes. So psychologically it is in that thing, it percolates down to this relationship also. But basically here anyway, that is essentially what she says here is, she has to go back and report and she will come back and stay here. Just marriage.
Doesn't he come with her? I mean, it doesn't make sense to me, this. I thought about this a lot. I mean, if I find my new love and it's sure, I want to present him to my parents. Look, I found him. Here he is. I mean, you will like him. Come with me to my palace. I'll at least show you to my parents.
She will introduce them later on, possibly. But she has to first report. She has received the command from her father to go and find a suitable partner. So she has to go back and report to him, to her father.
It is so difficult. We can't live with the parents. You can live alone. When you can't see what is going on.
And the mother cannot take care of the father. The mother is
running behind the girl. He will not go because he has his own duty. Yeah. That is also one part of that thing. I think so. I am not a very studied person.
No, psychologically at a deeper level, it is the will of the Supreme which is being executed by the executor. Here the female. The male wills and the female executes. Consciousness force, being and consciousness force. In fact, that is a constant repetition in Savitri. Presence and power. Presence is the Supreme Being. Consciousness force, that is the divine action. The divine action is executed by she because of the will of he or the being. Because of the being. Not that there is a difference between the two. But that is the modus operandi, that is how things happen. So it is that which gets translated in all these relationships here, you see. Actually, I mean, normally what would happen in the modern society, all right, they have joined together, even if they want to stay in the forest, Satyavan and Savitri will construct another thatch for them and not leave. See, so those are not really things of that kind. But basically, the whole idea is she surrenders herself to him. And he takes her full responsibility on himself. The action of he and she is always there at every level. At every level. Purusha and Prakriti, I would call, right? Or what the English phrase says, he brings home the bacon and she prepares the dish. He brings home the bacon and she prepares the dish. It is that sort of a division of responsibility, of job, of assignments. It is not that one is superior to the other. He brings bacon home, she prepares the dish. So all the marketing, all the purchases, all earning, etc., etc., this fellow has to do it. And then she will prepare the dinner. So she tells him now, look, I have to go back and report to my father that the one whom I was looking for, I have found in distant land. And she sort of says au revoir to him. She basically, once more she mounted on the caravan car and under the azure of a fiery noon, see, this is the point, fiery noon, again, see, specifically, intense noon of the summer. Azure means the noon itself is fiery, but her intensity of emotion is more powerful than the intensity of that noon because of the marriage, you see. And under the azure of a fiery noon, less bright than the splendor of her thoughts and dreams. You see, they are now nothing. You see, that noon is nothing, is a pale noon in the presence of the intensity of her emotion. You see. Less bright than the splendor of her thoughts and dreams, she sped swift rain. So she is now driving back very swiftly, her horses. Swift rain, swift-hearted, obviously. She is so emotionally charged, so her heart is beating fast. You see. So it would not take her that long now to reach her father's place, it means, you see. Swift-hearted, but still saw, while she is going away, still saw lucidities of sight's inner world, through the cool scented woods, luxurious gloom, one shadowy path between great ragged trunks, paced towards a tranquil clearing, Satyavan. So in her imagination, in her thoughts, in her ideas, that whole scene is kind of etched, is permanently there in her mind. She sees it, oh, Satyavan, in that forest, in that place, in that. She sped swift rain, swift-hearted, but still saw in still lucidity. You see, this still saw, and this still lucidity, there are two different stills. The one is the adverb, but still saw, and the other one is an adjective. Still lucidities, quiet, tranquil lucidities. A sight's inner world through the cool scented woods, luxurious gloom. So it is because of the shade, it is thick shade, it means on shadowy paths between great ragged trunks, paced towards a tranquil clearing, Satyavan. A nave of trees enshrined the hermit thatch. So the trees are there all around and they are covering the new deep covered of her felicity. So this is the place, this is the dwelling place of her new joy, where she is going to stay here. She prefer to heaven, her soul's temple and home. So this is going to be the temple for her. There she is going to stay. Prefer to heaven. She would not like to be in heaven. She would like to be here in this particular place. Her soul's temple and home. So in other words, now, as I told you earlier also, as we have seen also earlier, Savitri is a perfect shrine for the God of love. But now here it is the God of love who has become the shrine for Savitri. His house is a shrine for her. She is going to stay here. Soul's temple and home. Satyavan's house is a temple for her, the shrine for her, for Savitri's dwelling. This now remained with her, her heart's constant scene. So while she is traveling back to the palace, this is the scene of their meeting and the last scene of their departure or separation, that she has to go back, and that scene particularly remains etched in her mind, in her vision constantly. That she is carrying that thing, and she is now going to go to her father's place shortly. You see what it means. So that is the end of the book of the canto, also of the last section of this third canto. Now, in this description, there are lots and lots and lots of details, packed with enormous amount of contents. And see, for instance, now I will quickly tell you. Here, adorned with creepers and red climbing flowers, creepers and red climbing flowers. See, naturally there are creepers and flowering trees and all that thing in the forest, you see. Creepers and red climbing flowers. So that is how the thatch is covered. All the thatches will be covered with these flowers in that. Now, this is a beautiful description, and my feeling is that these red climbing flowers, the creepers, are what we call Madhu Malati. The name of this creeper in Sanskrit is Madhu Malati.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. This is Madhu Malati. Madhu Malati. Madhu Malati. Malati. Malati is Madhu is sweetness. You see. The botanical name is Cobretum indicum. Cobretum indicum. Indicum.
How do you know
It goes very wide.
But how do you know that
Yeah, how it is connected. Yeah. Well, I am making kind of a guess. Well, sorry, this is another picture. But this is clear enough. This is clear enough. You can see now beautiful red and yes.
Well, it's interesting. Mother's name for it is faithful.
Yeah. In fact, the name of this creeper, this flower is called faithfulness. Faithfulness. So, so my that is why I am connecting this thing. This creeper, red creepers, I am connecting with faithfulness.
But he said creepers and
Red climbing flowers.
maybe two. It could be creepers, any creeper, and then all the red climbing flowers.
Yeah, climbing. Yeah, they go all around on the traces and everywhere. Creepers and red climbing. So that is the significance. Madhu Malati, that is the faithfulness. Mother's name is faithfulness. So they are going to be faithful to each other.
Wow. That friend, he put the red climbing.
Yeah, climbing means the creeping.
Linear route.
No.
Linear route, it means the deeds of grace.
No, the creeper. The creeper climbs like any climber.
Exactly. Don't discuss me. It's saffron.
See, it will climb on the trees. It will climb on the trees. It will climb on the trusses. It will climb on the thatches. Everywhere it will go and climb all around. You see.
He doesn't understand. Because it's not the flowers that it's not tropical. Yeah, maybe.
So basically, it tells you of the faithfulness. Yes, adorned with creepers and red climbing flowers. He is suggesting poetically, yes, they are going to be faithful to each other. There is another name. There is another name for this tree. We call it Madhu Malati. Madhu means sweet. Malati is. It is called Radha Manoharam, the enchanter of Radha's heart. The name of this flower is also called the enchanter of Radha's heart. Radha Manoharam. It is the heart of Radha which will be seized by this flower.
It's a very flower which doesn't need much care. It just grows.
Yeah, and it goes very wild practically, and it's so. Yeah, yeah. It's very beautiful. So this is a very common kind of a creeper. In the old days, in the hermitages and all that, it was very there, see, basically. In fact, there is a very beautiful description of that. Very beautiful description of that in Kalidasa's. In Kalidasa's Shakuntala. Now, this is the marriage of Shakuntala and Dushyanta in Kalidasa's play Shakuntala, where they meet, and it's a kind of a love marriage, and then they are meeting under the tree with the creepers and that kind of a thing you see here.